Hey, Mitch.
Hi, great to be here.
Very happy to see you, and thank you very much for accepting to introduce Scratch to the audience of CodeMOOC. I'm very glad you are here.
Okay, well, it's great to be able to spend a lot of time with you and with all of the teachers who are participating in CodeMOOC.
Thank you very much. So first of all, as I told you, I'm introducing Scratch for the very first time to teachers and to their pupils. So I'd like to ask you, first of all, to tell them what Scratch is.
Okay, actually, let me first start by introducing my student,
Sure.
Carmelo, who's actually a first-year student here at MIT, but comes from Italy. Maybe you could say.
Ciao a tutti.
Ciao Carmelo. Ti invitiamo.
So it's been great to have a little piece of Italy here with us on the Scratch team. He's a great ambassador for Italy here on the Scratch team, and hopefully going back to Italy will help spread the ideas. When we first started creating Scratch, I think it was because we were frustrated by the way we saw young people using computers. We saw that young people were doing more and more things with computers. They were playing games and sending messages and looking up videos and music online, but they weren't really using computers to create things. And that was frustrating for us because we've seen in our work that a lot of the best learning happens when you're actively engaged in designing things and creating things and sharing your creations with other people. So we developed Scratch to let everybody be able to create things on the computer. We didn't want people just to be playing games, but to be making their own games, not just to be watching animations on a website, but creating their own animations. So we saw Scratch as a way to let everybody become a creator with the computer. From the beginning, we like to make the analogy with writing that it's not enough just to be able to read, although it's great to be able to read. We want everybody to be able to express their ideas by learning to write. And it doesn't mean that everybody will become a professional writer, but everybody in their life, it's useful to be able to write a letter to a friend, to share your ideas, even just to make a shopping list. There are many useful ways to be able to write and to express your ideas. And we see coding the same way. It's a little bit like writing. We want everybody to be able to share their ideas on the computer, not just people that will grow up to become professional programmers, but we think everybody should be able to make an interactive birthday card for a friend, or to make an animation that will help promote an idea to their local community. So we think it's useful for everybody to learn to code, to be able to share their ideas with the world.
Yeah, I really appreciate this point, and this is a very good point, because I keep saying that coding is not for programmers, and this is exactly what Scratch means. And I'd like also to mention that this week in Italy we celebrate what is called the digital cultural heritage. Basically, we are focusing on the cultural aspects of digital world, and I think that Scratch has much to do with it. So can you please comment on that?
Well, one part of Scratch that was very important to us is that Scratch is not just a place to create projects, but to share projects.
Yeah.
So Scratch has, as part of it, an online community where young people around the world are sharing their projects with one another. Right now, there are more than 13 million projects that have been shared on the Scratch online community. And every day there's 20,000 new projects. But what excites us most is not the number of projects, but the diversity of projects. If you look at projects created by children around the world, we saw things, we see children writing about their own history, projects from children in Greece writing about Greek history, or current events when there was the terrible nuclear accident in Japan several years ago, children in Japan writing about simulations of the earthquake. Wow. and the problems, and then children around the world writing projects sharing their sympathy with what was happening. So we see it as a way for children to talk about what's important to them in their culture and what's happening in their communities.
Yeah, so it's really a new form of expression.
Yeah, but sometimes people think about programming just as a mathematical activity. And of course, you can learn many mathematical ideas when you learn programming, but we also see programming as a way to learn many other things as well. So when children, create everything, we had, someone made a great simulation, somewhat like Sim City, that program, but they made a simulation of this island in South America, Easter Island, so that they, as a school project, they did a simulation where they learned about the economy and the culture and the history of the island. Then they made their own Scratch project to show what they had learned about the history of the island.
Did you expect Scratch to have this outreach when you started the project?
So, well, we hoped that it would, but we never knew. So I think our hope was we tried to design it so that everybody could use it in their own way. And I think we continue to be amazed and surprised by all the creative ways that people have of using Scratch.
Yeah, one thing that probably...
Carmelo, may I ask you to speak Italian so that I have not to translate to the audience?
Certo, ovviamente anch'io sono rimasto, quando ho scoperto Scratch 3 anni fa, durante un Coder Dojo, mi sono reso conto che il focus di Scratch non è quello di imparare a programmare, ma è veramente un modo per i bambini o per le persone di creare attraverso la tecnologia. E questa è un'idea potentissima che è alla base non solo del linguaggio Scratch, ma della comunità che c'è attorno. E la cosa più interessante qui al Media Lab è che un progetto come Scratch non è un progetto focalizzato sulla tecnologia, è uno strumento che consente ad altre persone di costruire attraverso la tecnologia e di esprimersi nei modi più diversi possibili. La diversità e il fatto di avere uno strumento abbastanza potente da favorire diverse possibilità espressive e il focus. Quindi il focus è sull'apprendimento, sulle persone, più che sulla tecnologia in sé. La tecnologia è un mezzo per far esprimere le persone. Questo è meraviglioso e molte persone non se lo aspettano forse dal Massachusetts Institute of Technology.
Yeah, it's a very good point. And I also like the fact that the great usability and appeal of Scratch actually is probably the best way of bridging diversity gaps, because in order to have many people and also the least represented groups in technology, it's probably better to start with something which is not focused on technology, as a Scratch is. So I really like this point. So now, Mitch and Carmelo, I'd like to ask you to suggest a project to start with, because I'm really introducing Scratch for the very first time today to a great audience here in Italy.
Okay, well, I think there are many different ways of getting started with Scratch. That's one thing we like about Scratch, is that there's so many different ways. But maybe Carmelo and I will show you one way of getting started and give some other suggestions. We're going to try here to shift to screen sharing.
Yes, please.
See our screen as we do this.
Oh, you can also share just the Scratch.
Here you are. I can see your screen.
All right.
Okay, so here we have, when you go into the editor in Scratch, it starts out with the Scratch cat. And sometimes when I'm helping someone get started with Scratch, I'll say, well, why don't we make the Scratch cat do a dance? So I'll show you one way of getting started with doing a dance. So if we pull out a block, this block says move 10 steps. I'm going to make it a little bigger. Hopefully we can see it a little better. Maybe we can change the language to Italian.
Oh, thank you.
So
I appreciate.
There. So that says move 10 steps. See, my Italian is very good.
Yeah.
So now when I click on the block, the cat moves 10 steps. Well, if I want the cat to go backwards, I have to put in -10. So now when I click on this, it'll make the cat go backwards 10 steps. Well, maybe we'd like to have a little bit of sound as well. So if I go into the sound here, I can choose a different sound. So if I choose tambourine,
Okay.
let's see, let's try this. Okay, so now this will move and play a little sound. And then maybe when it comes back, I'll play a different sound. So I'll choose a different sound. I don't know what these sounds are in Italian. So this one, okay?
Yeah, you can try something like more
Oh, let's try this.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's coming back. Now, if I put them all together, I have a little bit of a dance step. And if I want to do that several times, I can pull out a block that says repeat. And it will notice it wraps around when I pull it near. So it says repeat 10 times. So this is sort of an initial way to get started with coding, just moving, playing sounds, and again, a very common computational idea of repeating or looping. You get learned right away. But of course, we don't just have use the cat. Maybe Carmelo, maybe you can add another character to our dance.
Sure.
And you can shift to Italian now.
Mitch, may I ask you? May I ask you to save and share this project at the end in order to show you also how to share it? If I would like you to call it CodeMOOC, which is the actual hashtag, so that we can remix it.
Okay, that sounds great. So we'll have Carmelo will add a character, then we'll save it.
Sure. Certo, allora quasi quasi aggiungo un altro personaggio, così lo Scratch Cat può ballare in compagnia, e come vedete c'è una libreria di sprite che si possono utilizzare. Io scelgo di usare il dinosauro, anche perché il dinosauro ha una caratteristica particolare, come tanti altri Scratch, ha diversi costumi, quindi è un personaggio che può apparire in modi molto diversi. Adesso appena Scratch finisce di salvare, posso andare nella tab costumi, dove posso vedere che apparire in modo molto diverso. Ad esempio, se voglio far cambiare l'aspetto tra il costume dinosauro 1C e 1D, posso scrivere uno script mentre Scratch continua a salvare. Posso continuare a lavorare facendo, quindi andando in aspetto. Potrei dire anche hello, questa è una cosa che cambio dicendo ciao, ciao Italia. Quindi quando clicco ogni istruzione posso provarla direttamente, e dopo questo cosa faccio? Provo a cambiare, passo al costume seguente, forse maybe it's...
Maybe it's because we're doing a hangout at the same time.
It's possible, yeah. Nel frattempo, vediamo un po'. Posso comunque programmare nel frattempo, e quindi posso dire, eccolo qua. Quindi passa il costume 1G, ho tutta la lista di costumi, per esempio se premo D, questo mi piace, ok? Poi posso usare un'altra istruzione, che posso che di G, provo a mettere D, no, è simile, no, D ero già su D, posso fare C, ok, perfetto. Quindi cosa faccio? Dico ciao Italia, poi passo il costume 1D, proviamo, ok, però voglio provare a mettere anche questi in un ciclo, quindi posso mettere, ripeti 10 volte, questa cosa qui, lo provo, posso cliccarci, ma non succede praticamente niente. Perché? Perché ho trovato un bug, ho bisogno di, tra un costume e l'altro, ho bisogno di mettere una pausa, altrimenti i costumi vengono cambiati così velocemente che non vedo l'effetto. Se posso fare anche mezzo secondo, quindi 0.5 in questo caso, lo provo, vediamo, eccolo qua, ok, quindi il dinosauro sta ballando, a questo punto lo connetto, e posso anche mettere un cappello, quindi far partire tutto lo script, quindi il mio programma, quando premo la bandierina verde. Gli dice ciao Italia, poi comincia un ciclo in cui ripete. Forse uno sfondo potrebbe essere interessante aggiungerlo, anche qui abbiamo una libreria e ci mettiamo party, direi che sembra appropriato. Ok, quindi metto anche questo cappello e passo di nuovo a Mitch.
Yes, so I think, right, so we just added the when green flag clicked to the scratch cat. As Carmelo showed, we can see the script for the dinosaur here. When I clicked on the scratch cat, I see its script. So now they both will start on the green flag. So when I click on the green flag, so we have our dance party. Now, maybe we could keep revising it so that they're more synchronized with each other. So it still needs some work, but this is a good beginning. So now that we finished the editor, I can go back to the project page. So this is the way other people will now see my project. We can give a name to the project. I think you said we should call it CodeMOOC. Is that right? So now we gave it a name. And maybe I'll say, I'll say, it's always good to write down some notes. I'll say Carmelo and I created this project for CodeMOOC. Mm-hmm. So now everyone knows why we did it. And now I'm going to see, right now we just did the project and only we can see it. So after you do a project from scratch, if you want to share it with the rest of the community, you have to click share. So I'm going to click share up here. Right now I still have this in English. You could put your whole interface into Italian. And it should be sharing it. So now if someone else goes to my profile, so my username on Scratch is MRes, and I'll show you. It's like if you now search for MRes, which is me, and look at my projects, you'll find the CodeMOOC project here, and then you'll be able to continue with that. Maybe before stopping, I'll just say a few other ways that we sometimes get started with Scratch. That if you, again, when you click Create, and you come into the editor, over on the right-hand side, there's a little question mark. When I click on there, it brings out what we call the tips window. And this has lots of great sample projects and instructions for getting started. So like there's one that's called Getting Started with Scratch. And there's others about animating your name or doing a dance project or making a Pong game. So like if you want to make a Pong game, you click on that and it'll take you through step by step on instructions. And there are versions of this in Italian if you just have to go on the main website and switch to Italian. So I think, if you go to the main, if you go back to the main page of Scratch, if I go down to the bottom, I think if your browser is set to Italian, it should automatically come on Italian. Great. But if I now, there it is.
Maybe another thing to point is the help section with the starter projects.
To go back here to see on those tips window, here we now see it, and you should have all of the tips and instructions and tutorials in Italian. As Carmelo was saying, if we go back, click on the Scratch logo, go to the home page, there's a help section. And in here, there's a lot of great things. There's some starter projects you can look at. That's the starter projects, right? Yeah. I think that's another great way to start. Do you want to say anything more about that?
Yeah, questi progetti sono molto utili perché consentono di partire molto facilmente. Sono tutti progetti che possono essere remixati. Ad esempio, se prendo un progetto qualunque, ad esempio anima, oppure facciamo un qualunque progetto, anima il granchio, inizia con il labirinto. Il bello è che qualunque progetto che trovate su Scratch condiviso è open source, significa che potete vedere come è fatto, quindi potete guardare dentro e accedere al codice. quindi potete vedere quali sono i blocchetti logici che compongono il programma, e ovviamente lo potete modificare e remixare, che significa creare una vostra versione modificata del progetto. Qui abbiamo qualche problema con la connessione, credo, perché siamo collegati in Hangout. Ecco qua. Però, come vedete, posso prendere un progetto che è un labirinto e magari vedere come è fatto, anche vabbè, in italiano, in inglese, sì. E per esempio posso decidere che anziché la palla posso cambiare il costume o ne aggiungo uno nuovo e faccio in modo che sia invece, non lo so, il gatto di Scratch o una farfalla a doversi muovere, o una macchinina qualunque, ecco il gatto, all'interno del labirinto. Quindi posso modificarlo, e cliccando sul remix posso creare una mia copia che insomma lo estende, quindi posso collaborare con altri anche estendendo progetti fatti da qualcun altro.
Sì, questo è un concetto molto importante del riuso del codice ed è uno dei grossissimi vantaggi di Scratch.
Sì.
Okay.
Okay, you are back. Thank you very much. So it was a very nice tour and very promising and engaging. So I think that all the teachers will be really, really engaged, and I think that their pupils even more. But even the teachers are having a lot of fun with coding. So I think that Scratch will be really, really appreciated.
Well, I think we encourage the teachers, maybe before even starting, explore the Scratch website. If you go to the Scratch homepage, look at some of the projects on the homepage. That will help spark ideas. One reason we love the online community is that it serves as a great source of inspiration. You can see what other people around the world are doing, and hopefully that will give you ideas of how you might use Scratch.
Yeah, in fact, what's amazing is that if you have something in mind, you can start by searching on Scratch which other projects have been done, and this is usually a very good basis for making your own and building your own on top of them.
E anche condividere, creare, usare le gallery condivise, quindi collezionare progetti può servire a connettere le persone, a connettere gli insegnanti in Italia. Potrebbe essere anche un ottimo modo per scambiarsi idee, continuare a lavorare insieme, a scambiare insomma idee e conoscenza anche dopo questo MOOC. Io sono contento di aiutarvi se posso, quindi
grazie mille. Ne approfitteremo. Grazie Carmelo. Mitch, thank you very much.
Yes.
I really appreciate and I hope to see you soon.
Good. Well, I hope all of the teachers in Italy enjoy using Scratch, and that the students enjoy, and we look forward to seeing what they create with Scratch.
Okay, we will first of all remix your project, so you will see.
Great. Okay.
Goodbye.
Ciao.
Bye.
Ciao.
Thank you.